guys, it's Meg and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So as we're getting close to the end of 2021, I wanted to show you all of my bullet journal spreads in my 2021 journal. Let's just dive right in. This journal does come with a few introductory pages like the key and index pages, but I haven't used those, so moving on. If you've been following my TikTok, you might know that I didn't actually start sharing my bullet journal on social media until June. That is because I hadn't really stuck to bullet journaling until then. I did do a February spread, as you can see here, and I used this theme as my first ever YouTube video for a beginner bullet journal spread, as I think the aeroplanes are really cute and they're quite easy to do and they look really effective. But as I said, I just didn't stick to it, so that is literally all I have for February. So let's move on to when I really got into it. So this is my June cover page, and my first few videos on TikTok were making these pages. I think because that's where my TikTok and bullet journaling journey kind of began. I do look back on these pages really fondly because I just have some good memories of these pages, and I really love the yellow. It's so eye-catching when you look through the journal. But because these were my first proper spreads, I did take a lot of these ideas from Pinterest. Lemons were really popular on there, so I just went with that. But this month was very much experimental. I didn't really know what I was doing, so hopefully as we go through you'll be able to see the development. I do have a video going through my summer months, so June, July and August, which I'll link in the top right hand corner if you want to check that out. But because of that, I won't go into too much detail because there's plenty of detail on that video if you would like to know more. But yeah, I was just very much experimental through June, trying out whether I liked weekly spreads for one page or over 2 pages, single calendar pages. And I'm sure you can see I eventually decided that double page weekly spreads were a lot more useful and easier to use. But it's all a learning process, and I did really enjoy these lemon spreads. I love this page, it's so pretty I think, and I love the summer lettering as well. Just turned out really quite good, and I don't often say that, but I do think when you flick through, this one really stands out. Sadly I didn't tick off much, but I'm going to postpone it to next summer and hope I can tick off a few more things. So on to July, it was my watermelon theme. Really cute, again a lot of inspiration taken from Pinterest, but this was the first month where I was really coming up with my own ideas, trying out different trackers and more initial monthly pages. Again, here I was just using the calendar page to track the days as they went by, colouring them in any colours that matched the theme of the spreads. I came up with my first mood tracker, so that was fun, quite cute. Here I made a mistake. I wrote June and had to cut a piece of the paper from the back of the book and stick it over, but I think as you flick through it doesn't catch your eye too much, so let's ignore that. Had my habit tracker and gratitude log. I do really like the gratitude log. It's just a really nice concept, I think, and it's something that everyone should try and do. You just write down one thing you are grateful for each day, and I do throughout the journal play around with different types of gratitude logs. So sometimes I did it as a 1 line a day, which is just writing a line, so there's a bit more freedom. It doesn't have to just be something you were grateful for. It could be a memory, a highlight, anything like that. My habit trackers have always stayed fairly consistent because this is just the style that I like the most. It's the boxes are set up to match the calendar for that month. So for example, it would go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so this is the first on the Thursday. But yeah, so I really like those pages. This is my weather log, which you guys can actually download and print out. Just because I really loved this page, I made it available for you guys to have as well. So those will be linked down below if you want to use them. You can get them in black and white or in colour with the little quote down the side. It's just used to track the weather for that day. Something else to track and something that looks really cute once it's filled in. More of my July weekly spreads. I have my water tracker. The video of this one went quite viral, so that was pretty exciting. Another single weekly spread, so I was still playing around. I did the content calendar in this one, which I've now kind of combined with my normal calendar. I don't tend to use my calendar in my bullet journal for just normal planning. I think just because everything changes for me so much, so I use it as a content calendar instead now. But we can't forget that I finished uni in July, so that was something I wanted to create a spread for. I have my results breakdown, my dissertation topic, which was animal rights, and I've just found out that my dissertation is actually going to be published in a law journal, which is really exciting. Yeah, especially with animal rights, it's something I'm really passionate about, and it was something I hoped that someday people would be able to read, so really pleased about that. And it's just nice to look back and have that as a little memory, a little reminder as well. More July weekly spreads. again just sticking with the cute watermelons and the colour theme. And then on to August, which is my first full set of spreads that I really came up with myself. I loved this idea of kind of a dream theme with the little paper boats and the clouds and galaxy style colours. Cute quote that I found that worked really well with it. Here's my first double page calendar spread, which sort of started to work into a content calendar. Then I have my mood tracker using the stars. The only thing I would have done differently is make the stars a little bit bigger, but from up on the camera you can't quite see the difference in the yellows that I've used, but in person you can see the difference a bit more easily. I was experimenting with my sleep tracker here. Again, a very similar habit tracker. Here's my variation on a gratitude log. So this was a reflection page for the entirety of the month. I did my August highlights, some gratitude, and 5 things I'd learnt this month. And then onto the August weekly spreads. I loved my August themes so much, I did turn them into digitals that were available to be downloaded, but I didn't really think about the fact that they would then be stuck just for August. You can't then use them any other time of the year, so I'm going to work on turning those into undated, kind of non-month specific ones, so you'll be able to get access to those soon, hopefully. And on to September. I knew I really wanted to do mushrooms, but I knew I also didn't want to do something that everyone does, and mushrooms are very popular in September, so I thought I could make a bit of a variation by making them mushroom fairy houses instead. I had a lot of fun as well turning these digital. I did those on lives over on my TikTok. So these are the first ones that I've done that are undated, can be used at any point in the year. And yeah, so if you like my little mushroom fairy houses, then you can access those and print them out at home if you'd like to use them. I've got the mood tracker. I love this one, just really simple but very in keeping with the theme. And I'm also just obsessed with the little mushroom writing that I used throughout this month. So cute. I had a bit of a half week at the start of September because it kind of part of the week went into August, so there's a little half week there. Have my water tracker again, my 1 line a day habit tracker. The 1 line a day was really good because it meant I could use it just for highlights or something that I really wanted to make sure I remembered. So nice type of log to keep in your journal. Then some more of the weekly spreads. And I hit my 50k on TikTok at the end of September, so I wanted to make sure I had a page so that I could remember that. Then on to October, another of my original designs. I came up with a little love story between Pumpkin and Ghost, so I had the hashtag when Pumpkin met Ghost for all of my October spreads. Cute little quote page. And I wanted to use the pastel colours. I just wanted it to be a little bit different to what a lot of people do, the more Halloween, scary, dark colours. It's just not really me, so I wanted to use pastel colours, make it a bit more me. So here we've got on our calendar page, Ghost giving Pumpkin some flowers. This calendar page video actually ended up being my most viewed TikTok so far. It's on 2.8 million views, which is just madness. Got the mood tracker, Pumpkin and Ghost going to a little park. Then in week 1, they had a little coffee date, which is just adorable. Pumpkin had a pumpkin spice latte, which now I think about it maybe is a bit weird, but then in week 2, they went to a pumpkin patch. Again, maybe not quite right, but it's pretty cute. Then we had them going on a teddy bear's picnic. The video to this had the teddy bear's picnic music in the background, so that's what inspired that one. And then they were just, you know, stealing glances from across the page in week 4. And then it was on to November. So I really wanted to do Harry Potter at some point. And to me, Harry Potter is quite a wintry, almost Christmassy type of films, because they tend to have Christmas stuff going on in those films, snowy and all that stuff. But I knew I wouldn't do it for Christmas just because I wanted to do Christmassy stuff for December. So I decided to go for November. I used this cover page, which I'd tried out before and I really liked it. Very simplistic, quite minimal. And it was just nice to do something that was kind of grayscale and not much colour in this one. Here is my content calendar. As I said, I use the calendars to plan my content because that's just the most useful for me. I had one of my favourite little quotes from the sorting hat. I was really pleased with how the little sorting hat drawing came out because I wasn't quite sure, but yeah, that worked really well. Then I did a different type of mood and sleep tracker. It's more graphic and looks a bit more like mathsy. I don't know why, but yeah, I quite like this and I quite like how you can see the fluctuations. So I might try that out again in future. Then have one of my favourite quotes from Harry Potter. Then we had our November weekly spread. So I did the Dutch door style, which is where you cut a bit of the paper so that you can see something across all of the pages, if that makes sense. So my tracker is down this side, so no matter which week you're on, you can see the tracker, which was a nice change for me, something different I'd not done before in this journal. And with 4 weeks, I obviously had to do the 4 different Harry Potter houses. So we've got Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, and Slytherin. I'm still not really sure what house I'm in because every time I do the test I get something different. So most recently I got Hufflepuff, but who knows, I kind of identify with all the different houses at different points. But yeah, then we're on to December, which is the current month at the moment. I have got a tutorial on how I drew some of my favourite Christmas doodles if you want to check that out. But I absolutely love my December spreads. I think they might be my favourite throughout the whole journal, which kind of makes sense because I've slowly got to know more and more what kind of things I like to include, and I've just gotten better at planning spreads, creating my own designs and all that kind of stuff. So here's my little mood tracker, just nice and simple. My sleep tracker. This is one that I've actually done differently recently. Previously I had put the numbers across the top. I'd repeated them on every line so that when you were drawing the line through the hours that you slept, it would have the numbers underneath as well. And I left it out partly because of time. It's just really time consuming to draw the numbers all the way through. But I've actually discovered I think I'm going to have to do that in future because as you get lower down, it just gets a little bit more tricky to work out which number you're meant to be in. So that's something I've learned from this one. Then I have my habit tracker with the little candy cane edges, which is really cute. Nice quote page as well to feel festive. And then I've got my weekly spreads, which in my previous December flip through video, I'd only completed 1 week, I think. So now you can see my other weeks. I love week 2, so cute. These are probably some of my favourite weekly spreads that I've done throughout the journal, so I do really love them. This one especially, I just love the fairy lights going through and the little gnomes are so cute. And I love the style of lettering that I've done for December as well. And this brings us up to date. So it is currently Thursday the 23rd as I'm filming this. So I've got an amazing weekend of Christmas plans coming up. Still got some content in that to film, but looking forward to Christmas, and I hope you guys have a really wonderful Christmas holiday. And that is it. That is my 2021 bullet journal. Obviously only started it in June, but I hope you've enjoyed seeing some of my spreads, and maybe you can use some of this as inspiration for your 2022 journal. But thank you all so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please like, comment, subscribe and hit the notification bell. And my next video will be my 2022 setup, so be sure to keep an eye out for that one. Have a great Christmas and I'll see you in the next one.